Hi everyone, it's Caitlin and welcome back to Your Financial Journey and this starter video on emergency funds. And if you're wondering, what does this have to do with becoming a millionaire? The answer is everything. Having an emergency fund is one of the fundamental pillars of personal finance. An emergency fund is money you set aside to cover expenses that you haven't planned for, such as a car or home repair, a medical emergency, or even a job loss when the economy is bad. These surprises can be both stressful and costly, and knowing that you've got these unanticipated costs covered will help relieve so much stress or anxiety in your daily life. The last thing you want to do when one of these emergencies hits is to worry about where you'll get the money from. If you're just kicking off your financial journey, a good starting point is to calculate how much your 1-month emergency fund should be. You can do this by adding together all of the following costs that you have to pay in 1 month. 1. Rent/mortgage. You need a place to live. 2. Utilities. You need to keep your home warm and lit, and if you're looking for a job, your phone and ideally a computer turned on. 3. Transportation. So that you can get to and from your job or your job interviews. 4. Basic groceries. You need to eat. Nothing fancy, just basic food. 5. Basic clothing. Again, the basics, not the designer stuff. And 6. Minimum insurance and debt payments. You don't want to lose your health insurance, life insurance, car insurance, or home insurance, or have creditors chasing you and have your credit go down the drain during such already financially stressful times. These are your most basic needs, what you need to be able to cover no matter what happens, before you even think about paying for anything else. Your 1-month emergency fund is there to protect you, your home, and your family, if you have one, in the very worst of times. And if you're thinking to yourself, but I live at home, Caitlin, I don't need to pay for any of these things, here's what my parents told me when I first said the exact same thing. Well, one day you'll be on your own, so better to learn about this stuff now so that you're prepared for what real life will be like. In any case, many Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and worse, some don't even have enough to cover their bills before the next paycheck arrives, which means that all they need is one small thing to go wrong. One emergency, one extra expense to drive them towards their credit cards. And credit cards are bad, by the way, if you can't pay off the money that you're charging on them. Having an emergency fund helps you break the dependency on credit cards because you can dip into your emergency fund to pay for these unexpected costs and don't have to take on debt and pay interest on that debt. The last thing you need in such times of stress is the added worry of piling on debt and not knowing how and when you'll pay that debt off. Having an emergency fund is the absolute first step in getting your finances in order and stopping the paycheck to paycheck cycle. Because the more you depend on your credit card, the more your debt will pile up, the more interest you'll have to pay to the banks each month, and the less money you'll have for you. So go ahead, grab your bank statement and bills from last month and figure out how much your 1-month emergency fund should be. And if you're still living at home, maybe you can sit down with your parents like we did a while back and have them walk you through how much their 1-month emergency fund is. It'll probably surprise you. And if you are living at home or just at the very beginning of your financial journey and a 1-month emergency fund seems like a stretch goal, then start with something smaller. Say $500 or $1,000, because every little bit counts. Okay, my financial friend, I hope you found this video helpful. And if you want a bit more motivation to kickstart your financial journey, check out my sister Ava's video here on how to become a millionaire with compound interest. And do leave a comment below and let us know what other money topics you'd like us to cover in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time, where we'll be talking about how to actually get started building that 1-month emergency fund.